Hi everyone, it's Joe here from thekissprinciple.net. Thank you so much for stopping past this YouTube channel. It's all about simple things that are God inspired. I want to answer a question that I hear talked about from time to time. Say I am an adult and I want to learn music, but I'm just tone deaf. Well, it depends on what you define as what tone deaf is. Because believe it or not, tone deaf, there is a real condition for it, but it is not that common. But usually when an adult says that I am tone deaf, it's not about a medical condition. It is more about how they have learnt to hear music. Now, as some of you that have heard my story, I started with almost zero music skills and I learned to proficiently play piano and keyboards in a very short period of time. Now, I thought I was tone deaf. But let me just give you guys a very quick test just to see if you can hear the difference. Now, excuse my back. I'm just going to play a single note on the piano. And I'm going to play a second note after this. Now, what I want you to tell me is whether that note has gone higher or lower than the first one. So here's the first note again. Now the next note, is it higher or lower? Here's the first one. And here's the second one. Now, if you've answered that the second note is higher, then you're absolutely correct. Let's just try another one. Here's a low note. Now, the second note after that, is it going to be higher or lower? If you've answered it's lower, then you're correct again. Let's just try one more. Here's a familiar chord. Now, I'm going to play a second chord after this. Is it going to sound happy or sad? Here's the first one. Now the second one. Was the second one sadder than the first one? If you answered yes, then you're correct. So if you answered these questions correctly, then you're not tone deaf. All it is that you just have to retrain your ears on how you hear music. And it's much more than just listening to a song on the radio and saying, hey, that sounds like a fantastic song. But learning to listen in a different way. Let me explain a good analogy for you. Say, for example, you're listening to a foreign language, but you don't understand what the language is about. But if I told you some words and explained to you what those words meant, the next time that you heard those words come up in that foreign language, you would recognize them. And you'd say, oh yeah, I know what that is. So if you were to hear that word again in the foreign language, you would recognize what that word is and you'd say, hey, I know what that word is. The same thing is applicable for music. It's just taking the time to retrain your ears. So I've got fantastic news for you. You're not tone deaf. Most of the population isn't. And yes, you can pick up music as an adult. Absolutely. So thank you so much for checking this video out. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, thekissprinciple.net. Have a wonderful day. God bless.